Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Devoted. I'm Jasmine,
And I'm Ennis.
and we are so excited to be back with you guys. We've been off for the last 3 months, but trust and believe when I say we have been busy and life has been lifing. Ennis is in college, so we just need her to graduate
Okay.
immediately.
I got one more year, y'all. One
But
year.
Ennis, how about you
Ah.
give everyone an update of what's going on with you and how things are going?
So life has been life, and like Jazz said. And my summer semester for school ended early June. So these last 2 months, I have really been relaxing, just trying to get myself together, just trying to set some more goals for myself, just doing more for me and some more soul seeking and just trying to grow in my relationship with God. And I feel like I'm doing a whole lot better because last year I didn't have interest in anything. I wasn't doing much for myself. I was just like work, school, not doing things that are beneficial and stuff that I should be planning and, just doing more for me and loving on myself more. I feel like I wasn't doing that. And a lot of people are like, "Are you depressed?" I'm like, "I'm not depressed. I just feel blah, like, and I'm staying home. People like, you want to do this, you want to do that. I'm like, and I was just like, and people were like, oh my gosh, you finna turn me down again, you finna spin me again. And I was just like, okay, and you gotta do better. You gotta set some things, like put some things in order, and so this year I feel like I've come a long way in realizing, and you gotta love yourself a little bit more. You can't be trying to rush this and rush that and try and write your own story and wishing this was already there and already graduated. I'm like tired of school. Okay, I'm tired of school, but it's all gonna pay off, like everybody's saying, and I believe it because I'm actually, it's weird because I'm actually looking for the semester to start,
Really?
and I think it's only because it's like I'm ready to be done. So I think that's what it is. So yeah, I really can't wait. And this year I had a really good birthday. I celebrated with my people, and Jazz and I have been getting closer, and I really, really adore that. And I love that for us. And you will be seeing more of us in these videos. I know we haven't been consistent, but once again, life has been lifing. And yeah, what about you, Jazz?
No, I think that's so good. Like, God is really working on me and being consistent. And what's so funny is like I'm always asking out, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I work, I have a family, but what am I supposed to be doing for your kingdom? And every time I ask him that, he always be like, well, you got something right here with Devoted, but you're not activating it. And so I'm really striving to be more consistent with Devoted because I feel like there is so much untapped potential here that this could literally, take off with the Lord.
Yeah,
But outside of that, I just had to throw that little word out there. Um,
right.
but no, life has been lifing for me too. Like I started a new job, so my job's closer to home, which gives me more time to work out. I lost 15 pounds, y'all, from January to March, 15 pounds. And so I've been staying consistent with working out. And so being closer to home has helped me with that. It's helped me with like being able to be home and be present, not coming home and feeling drained. Like when Ennis talks about people like, are you depressed? I think I was a little bit because I would
Right.
literally come home and like 5 o'clock, shower, put on pajamas, and go to bed, not interacting with my husband, not interacting
Yeah.
with my family. It was just like my work was just taking me down so much that I did
Mhm.
not feel the energy to do anything else. And so with me getting this new job, it was nothing but God because it has really turned my life around in a
Period.
complete 360. Like in the past 3 months that I've been there, I've done so much more than I've done in the past 3 years of working in my field, which is HR. And so I just know it's a blessing to be there. And I'm just so happy to be back with Ennis. And I've just really been looking forward to these conversations being more organic for us and us really like showing that it's a journey of faith. Like none of this is possible unless we had God by our side. Like I would have never taken the steps to say, okay, I need to start thinking about what my life is going to look like career wise in the next year. Like, can I continue to do this or is it affecting me too much? And truly leaning and depending on God, like, God, if this job's not for me, close the door. He closed the door. Another job popped up, closed the door. Another job popped up, and the door just kept staying open. And so I'm a firm believer that I'm where I'm supposed to be because this is what God ordained. And that is literally what a true journey of faith is. It's like, I don't know where God is going to take me. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but this is where he wants me to be. But you brought up a really good point that I want to talk about is like when we talk about a journey of faith, some people believe like it should happen on their own time or their own accord. And that is where I struggled a lot because it's like, man, like God, I expect it to be here. I'm going on 26. I expected to have kids by now. I expected to be like very wealthy, well far off. And sometimes the journey of faith is being able to say, God, I am happy with what you've given me, and I have just enough because I know my abundance is coming.
Right. And I feel like what you were saying, I feel like sometimes God will put us in uncomfortable positions because it's all for a reason. And sometimes God like, dang, like God, like I'm supposed to be doing this already. Like I'm supposed to already be doing this. And I see people, already in their careers that they want to do, already in a relationship, already making certain goals like financially and all this kind of stuff. But it's all for a reason. It's all for a purpose as to why those things are happening. And so that's what we kind of wanted to go into today. We did want to make this like a kind of like a part one and then a part two. So we really would love for you guys to stay tuned on that. And so Jazz and I, we had met about, I want to say, maybe about a few weeks ago, about a month ago, to kind of get back into what we wanted to talk to you guys about. And we also had to remember that not only is it for you guys, but this is for us too, because like Jazz said, it's helping her to grow and really understand God more and to also help us to grow in him more. And so when we met, we talked about purpose. And so after that meeting, I was just like, purpose, like, what could I really say about purpose? And, when I said that, we have to stop trying to write our own story. I feel like I can't pinpoint exactly what my purpose is. I know that I want to help people because I have so much compassion for helping people. Like I'm always willing to put others before myself, but I still, like I said, I can't pinpoint exactly what my purpose is. And I feel like a lot of us can relate to this because I feel like there's no specific lane that we're supposed to go into as far as when we say a purpose. And sometimes when we're trying to find our purpose, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad days, and we're not always going to be happy. And like I said, we're going to be in uncomfortable positions that God takes us through. We're going to have tests, we're going to have trials, but I feel like it's all for a reason. And I feel like we shouldn't try to compare what other people are doing if they've already found a purpose, because we're our own person. God created us in his image, and he created his own individual image for each one of us. And I feel like that comes in with us having to be patient. And if you read Philippians, it just talks about rejoicing through the good and through the bad. And I feel like that goes so perfectly with your purpose, with your calling. And also read Second Peter, because it talks about your purpose and your calling and how God can guide you through those times when you're trying to seek for your purpose.
Yeah, I think that is really good. Like I feel like I know what my purpose is. It's just what avenue am I going to activate my purpose in, right? So like my purpose is, and how I define a purpose is I always tell people, if you don't know what your purpose is, what are you passionate about? So like you say you're passionate about helping people. And so maybe your purpose is in the avenue of helping people. What does that look like though? That could be looking like working at a nonprofit. That could be volunteering at your church. That could be, going on mission trips. Like your purpose could look different, but it's through your passion that you discover what your purpose is supposed to be. So, like, my purpose is I really love helping young ladies and talking to them and share my experience because I feel like my story is relatable, but also I can make an impact to show you like no matter where you come from, what you've been through in life, like God is still with you no matter what. And so my purpose is helping young women and women in general, and I'm activating it through our podcast. I'm activating it at work when I'm helping individuals with their business or professional development or different things like that. Like it may be men and women in that space. And so maybe my purpose is I love helping people in general.
Right.
And so activating that in different ways, but I specifically like to hone in on women because I'm a woman and I feel like sometimes in this world it's hard to be a woman, especially with social media. And when you were talking about like comparison, it took me back to our episode we did on social media. Like right now, social media is putting such a heavy weight on women that we don't know who
Mhm.
we are, what we're supposed to be, and we're not seeking God to determine that for us because we're trying to make comparisons to what someone else got going on. And so I've had to learn, like, let the social media go and like really dive into God and dive into his word, and he'll reveal to you like what you need to do to activate your purpose through your
Mhm.
passion.
Right. I feel like again with our purpose and everything that Jazz and I have said, I saw this guy, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but his name is Tyler Allen. And he's a minister, and he was on live the other day and he was saying like, whatever, if you're trying to find your purpose, if you want your prayers to be answered and you want God to come through and you want to really, really hear from him, you need to get in your word. You can't hear God without reading your word, because I feel like you won't have no sense of direction if you're not trying to hear from God. When he's calling on you, you have to be quick to respond. Like you have to be quick to be obedient, because you might say, like people might say, "Oh, I see you being a minister. Oh, I see you doing that. Oh, I see you doing this." I'm like, I don't really see all of that.
Mhm.
But I feel like God is saying, come on, like I'm getting ready to show you something. He's trying to reel you in. You just have to be all for it. Like, and that's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I'm like, God, I don't know. Like, is this what you want for me? So I'm really trying to get into my word more. I'm really trying to hear from God more and just continue to be patient with him. And I feel like I am growing in that tremendously. And I just really thank God. Like I try to do my best in rejoicing, again, through the good and bad, because I know that I have a purpose, and I am just truly grateful that I get to have an opportunity to have a relationship with him, just giving it all to him because it's for a purpose.
Yeah. And I feel like that is so good. And so I want to encourage everyone, just like Enna said, like real life story here. I recently went on a fast because I was trying to figure out, like, God, like, what is going on? Like, why do I feel this way? Why are certain things happening? Like, I really need to seek some answers. And so once I ended my fast and, really honed in on reading my word every night, whether that was a chapter or whether that was reviewing what I read through my study Bible, every night I have read, I have gotten a revelation about myself, meaning
Yeah.
something I need to fix that is going to help prepare me for
Hmm.
what God has next for me. And so when Ennis says get in your Bible, it's not just opening it up, but it's being intentional, right? So right now I'm
Hmm.
in First John because that is really what's resonating with me with some
Hmm.
things that I'm dealing with in my life. And so it's really all about praying to God, seeking those spiritual beings and partners that you have in your life that you use to guide you and mentor you in God, to say like, this is what I'm dealing with. Where can I go to read in the Bible about this?
Mhm.
I really encourage you all to lean into those individuals. And if you don't have those individuals, pray to God. You know, I'm going to say it, but Google and like find where in the Bible certain things are at.
Yeah,
And
it's nothing wrong.
God will lead you that way through Google. He don't have to lead you through man. He will lead you through technology.
Mhm.
And so I just want everyone to stay encouraged. I'm so excited to update everyone on our
Yeah,
purpose, our journey with
yeah,
purpose, because it's truly a journey of faith. Like I don't know what my passion to help people and to teach people and minister to people is going to be like, but I'm excited. And so this is only helping me build that passion and go towards my purpose even more.
yes. Okay, guys, so this was just our part one, and there's obviously going to be a part two. And we just thank you guys for being patient with us because we will have more videos, we'll be more consistent. And once again, like we like this, so just be patient with us. We hope that this was transparent enough for you guys. We're not trying to sugarcoat anything, we're not trying to be holier than thou. This is real. Like this is a real walk that we're trying to accomplish with God. And we just hope that you'll continue to stay tuned. And I hope that you guys are enjoying. And also, please follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on
It's
Instagram.
Journey to Devoted, right on Instagram. Please follow us. Please stay tuned for upcoming videos and content. And we just thank you once again for all of this, for just loving us. We love you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
All right, stay tuned, guys.